Hello there, YouTube. It is Lucy in the Sky with Dementia coming at ya for our number 20 MLM horror story. Can you believe it? I made it to 20. Well, let's keep this going. For you people out there who don't know, what I do is people will email me with their MLM horror stories, and I bring them on over here and I read them. Whether they're happy, sad, outrageous, rage inducing, doesn't matter. Send it to me. I'm going to put my email in the description as always. And my email is lucylulu710@gmail.com. Now, we've got to 20. Let's see if we can double this. And I'm using a story that I got it relatively recently, but I wanted to do something a little bit different for our 20th one. And this one, you asked to remain anonymous, which I absolutely will respect. But this one is from a male, something we don't get very often. You know, it was kind of that stereotype that MLMs are female only. No, 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 no. No, they're not. Okay. But so we're doing that one today. But before I do that real quick, I'm going to ask the question of the week. Now, as many of you can probably guess, I am a huge Beatle fan. Always have been, always will be. I named my YouTube channel after one of their songs. I just happened to get dementia, and that's why I chose it. But I am a Beatle fan. Who's your favorite Beatle? Do you like the Beatles? Do you have a favorite? Or do you not like them at all? Which is completely fine. Let me know. I want every single person who sees this to let me know. Do you have a favorite Beatle? And I won't keep you waiting on this one. I am a John Lennon girl through and through. Have been for as long as I can remember. I remember the day he died. My mom made me go to school that day, and I just thought she was the most horrible person in the world. But yeah, I am a John Lennon girl. But let me know. Let me know your thoughts. So let's go ahead and go to the MLM horror story, number 20. Shall we? All right. And my dear, thank you so much for this email. I was very happy to see it. And we are going to get a male perception of this. Now, this is interesting. There's some points that are going to be made in this. It says, "Hi, Lucy. I appreciate your channel and your contributions to the anti-MLM community. You are doing great work." And that means more than you probably will ever know how much that means to me. Thank you. A few years ago, my life was running off the rails. I was separated from my then wife, and I was well on my way to destroying my career. What is everybody thinking right now when we hear this? I think we're all thinking the same thing. While the train was still on the track, to torture the metaphor, I was introduced to a sex worker by a girlfriend, and the three of us reached an agreement for a party. Sounds like fun. Later, I looked this woman up and found her on social media, including LinkedIn. I had her picture, and it was very easy to look her up with a reverse image search. So you did a reverse image search. Okay. Turns out she had told me her real name, and sex work was not her only stream of income, which good for her. I agree. Good for her. I mean, I'm not putting anybody down. You got to do what you got to do as long as it's consensual. It doesn't bother me. But I'm glad she was able to find something else. But sometime later, I posted on LinkedIn that I had started a new business. And I got the following message from her. So she's reaching out to you. The message said, "Hi, how are you? Is this the new business you started? Are you working for yourself now? I want to hear about it. I have people I can recommend and would like to talk sometime." What vibes are we getting here? Okay. The truth was that my business was tanking and I was desperate. Boy, you use the word vulnerable, and I got to tell you, I can't find any shame associated with the word vulnerable anywhere. But what is vulnerable? Your business is going down. Maybe someone lost someone in their life that they loved very much. Maybe something other horrible happens that makes you vulnerable. Doesn't make you weak, but it makes you appear open. You guys all know what I'm talking about here. Okay. So, you said that your business was tanking. I'm so sorry about that. And you were desperate. And I told her so in this message. And she responded like this: "Do you have any time on Tuesday to meet? Do you have an office? My office is blank, but I can come to you if you want. Thank you. Hugs." It turned out the people she wanted me to meet were her upline from the MLM Market America /shop.com. That's not a Freudian slip. It was marketamerica.shop.com. Now, I had never heard of these MLMs, but I did look into it. And yeah, it's an MLM. As a matter of fact, I wrote it down because I knew I wouldn't remember what kind of. So, Market America is a product brokerage and internet marketing. So it's some kind of business MLM. Okay. I signed up immediately and paid for the starter kit, A, because I was desperate for the money, understandable, and B, in the back of my mind, part of me thought this could turn to something else. So you're hoping this is kind of going to get you somewhere with this woman. I get it. I 100%, I do it. Definitely. This is really kills me how people turn to people in need. After the first recruiting meeting, I should have gotten the message when I asked her to stay and have a drink with me, but she declined. It's not you, dude. It was she had business on the mind. She didn't have pleasure, so she wouldn't have a drink with you. Okay. Later, I got this message from her, and it said, "Hi, you have a lot of connections here. Let's go get some of them." And she was referring to my LinkedIn connections. I lasted maybe 4 weeks in Market America. I didn't recruit anybody and was unable to sell anything. Not that I tried very hard. I realized it was a lousy opportunity and I quit. So you quit that Market America one. Okay. I didn't know until recently that that was an MLM. 2 years later, I got another message from this woman. So 2 years go by and she messaged you again. Unfortunately, things weren't much better for me regarding my job or my career prospects. This message was from her. Quote, would you consider being a bucket list coach to help people with events and etc.? You would be good at that. Think about it. We have a webinar that explains it. If you give me your email, I will send you to the Zoom if you want to hear for any kind of future ideas. It's at 7 p.m. for about 45 minutes. So she's introducing you to one of their Zoom meetings where they're gonna all love bomb you, all gonna come at you, gonna introduce your vulnerabilities and get you to join this. Now, it sounds like a bucket list MLM. I've never heard of that. Is it you make people's bucket lists come true? Is that what this MLM does? Anyway, she's inviting you to a Zoom meeting. When I was doing my hun baiting, that didn't go very well. That's all they did was ask me to go to Zoom meetings. Like I'm going to go to a Zoom meeting with an MLM person and try to be talked. Yeah. So, okay. She invited you to a Zoom meeting. This time you said, I was once bitten, twice shy. Good for you. And I wrote back to her, your kind offer. Could you explain in a little more detail exactly what this is? So you were skeptical. I am in way worse financial shape than I was the last time I saw you, and I cannot afford to spend money on anything. I hope all is good with you. As it turns out, it was an Australian company that sold bucket lists, trips, and in retrospect, it probably was another MLM. You're probably right. I politely declined. Good for you. And then you say, maybe men don't need to be in financial straits to be seduced by MLM honey pots. But for me, the combination of sex and financial desperation was way too much. Lesson learned. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you. There's another good point you made. Is it easier for a woman to get a man in an MLM than a man to get a woman? I don't want to go too deep in that, but I'm curious on you guys' thoughts. If you stuck around to the end of this, I want your thought on that. Do you think it's easier for women if they just turn on the charm, bat their eyelashes, or not? You've left me on a very good. You've left me on a mental train here. But anyway, I appreciate your story. I think you outlined perfectly how anyone, all they have to do is see that little bit of vulnerability. Oh, your job's not going that well. You're lonely. You have a medical condition we can cure with our whatevers. Oh, I hate that. But your story, yeah, I think you summed it up and you wrote it so eloquently. The back and forth you had with this woman, and once bitten, twice shy. I like that. I like that a lot. I kind of wish that happened more, but you sound like a very intelligent person. I loved the email. That's why I wanted to do it for my 20th anniversary, as you were. And yeah, I think that's it. You guys keep having those come in. I want to keep doing this. I love talking to you guys. Don't be shy, Lucy. No. Send it to me. If you want me just to see it and not read it, put that in there. But Lucy Lulu 710 at gmail.com. Come on, let's make this a real thing. And I am, well, Lucy in the Sky with Dementia is going to take off. You have a great night, and I will see you next time.